All right. So just before I proceed, I want to know if you can hear my voice okay, and if you can see my screen okay that says Zapdeals Day 4 Bootcamp. All right. Okay. JC says yes. Tim says yes. That's great. Okay. Uh, so yeah, let's start with day 4. And JC, you asked all the recordings are there in members area. Yes, they are already there in members area. So you can refer it anytime you want. And if you're attending this session for the first time, you can add me on Skype. My address is Pradien05. I'm putting it here in chat box. So you can contact me there. Okay, all right. So now let's start. So far what we have covered different lead generation methods for Zapdeals and your online service business like website designing, mobile website designing and other stuff. And after that, we have covered yesterday how I calculate my costing, how I calculate my pricing stuff, and how I quote and what are the important things I take into consideration when I provide quote to my clients. So I talked about that. So we have covered so far is lead generation. Then once you close, how you can close the deal with video and Skype calls. Then after that, once you got your customer, how you can provide quotation to that customer, what are the costs you have to involve, you have to take into consideration while providing all these quotations to your customers. And now we will move ahead and we will see remaining stuff of service business that I follow. So today's agenda here is how you can collect information from your client, correct information from your client. So what kind of form do I use? I will show you live example of my form and all other details I collect from my customer. Then how do you estimate the timeline for the project when you are actually giving deadlines to your customers, how you can consider that. Number 3, how is my process flow of handling any project. So this is pretty much clear now. We have moved from getting leads towards executing projects. All right, so that is what we are going to cover today. If you have any questions about the previous webinars, you can add me on Skype, or you can email me, or you can send out questions to Zendesk, engagelead.zendesk.com. So you can definitely go through the sessions I have got. I'm adding bonuses now. My virtual assistant is not available for last 2 days for a few reasons. That's the reason I couldn't able to do that, but I'll be adding it soon, so you can view some new bonuses there. Apart from these bonuses, if you want me to add something specially in members area, that also let me know so I can do that. So let's start with the first and very important thing. When you close the deal, when you provide the quotation, and when your customer or when your client is ready to work with you, the next step is collecting right information from your client. All right, so let's start with this. Collecting right information from the client, key to successful project delivery. Because unless you get proper information from client, there will always be conflicts between what your client is looking for and what you are delivering. And because of these conflicts, eventually you may lose your face, you may lose your customer for lifetime, you will also lose clients that you get from your referrals, that customers referrals. So all these things are impacting your business a lot. And that is the reason we have to ensure first that we are getting right information from our client, and it is really important for successful project delivery. All right, so this is my screen. If you can see, this is my contact form. This is the information I collect. I will show you live as well, but this is the information I collect generally. Like if I am going for website designing service or say deal page design service, whatever it is, what I will do, I will collect for this information like name, their company name, email address, address of the company, and phone number. All right, and very important thing is, how did you hear about us? All these fields are mandatory fields. If you can see on the left hand side, there is an asterisk mark. So all these fields are mandatory fields. You should know all these details about the customer, like his name, where his company is situated, what is email address, phone number, and how did you hear about us, so that you can find out which advertising channels are working for you. I have covered 3-4 methods. Like in that, I have covered classified method. I have covered warrior forum method, where you can generate the lead. I have covered direct contacting Groupon customers. So this question is really important, because that is how you know which channel is working for your business, which advertising channel is giving you more revenue. All right, so this is the first thing I get as an information from the customer. The second one, now this is, I'm referring my website designing part. So my site title, the customer site title, site slogan, site URL, purpose of the website, how many pages of websites you want, websites you liked, so that you understand what exactly the taste of the customer, then color scheme, and additional guidelines if any. In case of Zapdeal pages, you can ask them what is your niche, for how many pages you are looking for, what kind of images they are going to provide, or you have to use them. If you have to use them, then you have to purchase them, so you have to add those charges. Then copy, who is going to provide sales copy. I would say don't accept that job unless you are really expert. All right, so these fields which are really related, like how many units you want to provide this special deal, what is the closing date of the special deal, if any, so that you can put the timer, and all that stuff you can ask from the customer. This is the exact form I have on my website. I will show you on my designing service website. You can see this. This is my website, sitestrokes.com. And here you have to put the details. So company name is Engage Leads. Then address and email, Brady@Sitestrokes. How did you hear about is, say, Warrior Forum. And after that, you go to next step. So your site title is, say, again, Engage Leads. We do care for you. Then like for your business, you can say. Then site URL. Purpose of the website, whatever, like giving away special deals. How many pages? 5 pages. Websites you can give few examples. I will give Envato. Color scheme, I would say I won't give special color, but light colors and modern design. That's it. And if they are providing images, they can upload images from here. All right. If they want me to add autoresponder, they can provide their autoresponder details here, and hosting details if they want me to upload these pages on their server. All right. Then click on send, and I just get this information in my email so that I can directly contact them now. Here you can see you will get this information, this thank you message. All right. So this is my ordering system work. Because of this, I get every information in the back end and I integrate it with my client's area. So that is the overall flow I follow when I close the deal. I ask my customer to fill up all this information. Or else you can ask to fill up the form. You can send out this form using Google Forms. Have you ever used Google Forms earlier? If you don't want to use integrate anything sort of this into your website, I would suggest go to Google Forms and use it. Have you ever used Google Forms earlier? Just let me know. I will try to show you up. You can use this for collecting information. Just put yes or no, whatever it is. Have you used it? You have not used it? Okay, let me show you. Here you have Google Forms and get started. And here you can put all the questions I have provided you, like you can put the questions, which websites you like. All right, and multiple text or what? This is text question, so they will put the answer. You can put your form for Zapdeal's order form. All right, and you can this is done. If you want advanced settings, you can do advanced setting from here. If you want this page is this thing is to be required or not, automatically collect the respondent site strokes, username, show progress bar, etc., 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 everything, whatever you want. You can collect this, shuffle questions no, and you can put yes. So this is how your question looks like. All right, and you can keep on adding different questions here. So on every page, you can add a question. you can, on each page you have different question. It's like a survey, and it proceeds further, and at the end of it you can put your thank you URL. Like here you can put your thank you URL. All right, and you can click here on send form, and you can embed this into your website. All right, so no need to invest in any plugin or something like that. You can add this in your website, and then your customers will fill up the details. All right, once they fill up the detail, you will get all the details in the backend. So initially, I used to use this system, which is Google Form. Then I added this system into my website. All right, so this is how I collect information from my customers. Now let's talk about what to do with that information. The next logical thing is how to estimate timeline for the project and deciding project delivery date, because that's really important. If you will give wrong commitments to the customers, it's all about branding your business. If you will give wrong commitments and if you won't be able to fulfill that, then it gives bad impression. And sometimes, or rather most of the times, it happens that there are problems for customer side. Customers do not respond to your emails on time, and that is because your project delivery gets late, and still your customer blames you. So how to deal with all that stuff, how I incorporate all these delays and other stuff in my estimation timeline, that is what I'm going to cover now. But regarding the collecting information and everything, that part, do you have any question regarding that? Just let me know yes, no, just put yes or no, whatever it is in chat box. Do you have any question? Jesse, Rina, Tim, Glenn, John, any questions? Should I proceed further? Okay, all right. So just let me know how many of you have actually worked with freelancer earlier or any client earlier. How many of you have worked? Have you ever worked with the freelancer or with any of the client so you know how to estimate timeline? And has it happened earlier that, okay, you have given any timeline and you couldn't follow or you couldn't stick to that deadline? No? All right. Let me show you my process flow so that it will help you to understand how it worked for me and you can follow the exact same technique. So this is step number 1. Note down all client requirements. It's really, really important to have a documentation of everything that you have. So it's a sort of agreement, it's a sort of contract that both the parties are agreed upon. So note down all these things and send out email to the customer and finalize deliverables. Get the confirmation from him. And one thing I just want to tell you, that never ever get this confirmation on phone. It's not going to work. You have to get this confirmation on email so that you will have proof. All right, so collect the information, make the document what exactly customer is looking for, write down the deliverables, like customer wants 5 Zapdeal pages, 500 quantities each, deal is expiring on XYZ date, is looking for suppose it's a restaurant, then these 3 or 5 recipes he's looking for, these are the dates he's looking for going live. All that stuff you have to mention in email and send it to client and finalize the deliverables. You have to tell them that this is what we have agreed upon and this is what I'm going to deliver. All right, so that is step number 2. Step number 3, if you have ever worked with freelancer or if you are working with freelancer, that is really good option because you will find good inexpensive freelancers out there so that who can take care of operations for you and will actually give you some free time so that you can focus on marketing. So what you have to do, you have to send this list to your freelancer and ask for his estimation. For example, if you have hired a freelancer to create deal pages where he will upload logo, he will upload images, he will put the text, he will check whether it's working properly or not, he will embed it with the Facebook. You have to ask him whether, sometimes it happens that you have to create logo as well. You have to create few images or text images as well. So you have to ask your freelancer that how much time he or she is going to take to finish the work. All right, and this goes with everything, whether it's a website designing, mobile website designing, or any other service you are providing. You have to get it done properly from freelancers, and for that you need proper estimation. All right, so this is step number 3. Step number 4 is you have to consider your time for quality control, because no matter how good your freelancer is, you are talking to your customers, so you know what your customers' taste is. So before passing on your freelancer's work to customer, you have to check whether it meets the deliverables or not. Just create a checklist and you will check, okay, you have decided, you have asked your customers, you have told your customer that, okay, I will give you logo, I will give you text design, I will give you these images, I will give you create a page and that will be integrated with Facebook. All that stuff, make a checklist. That document, that deliverable document will work as a quality control document for you as well. So you have to do quality control before passing the work to your customers. All right, so just consider that time as well. It might be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever it is, but consider that. I have told you how you can track your timing in the past webinars, like you can use softwares like Hubstaff, or simply you can use Google Sheet. Just record the time. All right. Then step number 5, see the position of other running projects and their deadlines. It generally happens with me that at times I'm working on 4 or 5 projects and I have different deadlines in a span of a week or 2. Then I have to juggle between all these priorities. So before giving time commitment deadline, you have to see what is the status of your current projects, running projects. All right, so that is step number 5, considering or thinking about the deadlines of the current positions, the current project's position. It might happen that you have deadline, say, day after tomorrow, but for some reason that customer adds up some new work, again that is urgency, so you have to focus on that project. So you have to think about all these things in order to decide your deadlines. All right. Now, the next step is freelancer's actual deadline. So from my experience, if you have ever worked with freelancers, I can tell you from my experience that freelancer's actual deadline is equal to 2 into freelancer's estimated deadline. This is fact, no matter how good your freelancer is. Why? Because that freelancer is not only working for you, but for others. And he has his priorities, he has his deadlines. Just he doesn't want to leave the job you are giving him. He is giving you some deadline, which is fair enough for everyone, but it doesn't work that way. If you have a full-time employee, then definitely. Again, I would say if you have a full-time employee, consider 1.5 times of estimated deadline. Because I have this observation from my experience that it happens. In fact, while I was developing Zapdeals, I can tell you, my developers told me that it will take 1 month, but it dragged on, and there were some issues when we started development, and eventually project took more than 2 months to finish. All right. So it happens with every project, no matter how small is that, how big is that, it happens. So freelancer's actual deadline is equal to 2 into freelancer's estimated deadline. It's twice as freelancer's estimated deadline. So consider that. Step number 7. When you get your deadline like this, for example, if for creating 5 deal pages, your freelancer says that, okay, after considering creating logos and other stuff, images and some text images, headers, banners, it's going to take 3 days to finish up everything and delivering it to you. So from this formula, what you can do, you can say that my freelancer will take 6 days, plus my quality control and other stuff will take half day, so 6.5 days. And you should follow the same rule. Like when you are giving estimation to your customer, then you have to give them 13 to 15 days. Now why? Because as I said, you are also handling multiple projects at a time. You are also juggling with other projects. You might be busy. Your freelancer might fall sick. Your systems might not be working. Computer might got crashed. These are unforeseen problems, and they might come anytime, and that will delay your project delivery. So to avoid that, you should tell them, okay, for 5 pages, it will take me around 13 to 15 days, 12 to 15 days. Now, if you are saying that I will deliver it in 12 days, and if you will deliver it in 7-8 days, that's a great thing. Your customer is happy. But if you are giving them deadline of a week and delivering it in 15 days, then it's a bad sign. Keep in mind that your customers, your clients do not know how much time actually it takes to build Zapdeal pages or something similar. So don't worry about that. These are not technical people, restaurant owners, dentists. They have their own job. They're expert in that. They do not know what you are going to do, what technical difficulties you're going to have. So do not worry about that. All right, are you getting me? Why again? Why we have to do that? Last minute client suggestions, other urgent projects, quality control, other business responsibilities. For example, it happens generally that you are giving some tasks to your freelancers. You feel that he understood everything. He come up with the first draft of the project and you understand that, okay, he completely misunderstood the project now. And what I want is I want him to do everything again. And that takes time. You have some other urgent projects. Your freelancers might have some other urgent projects. You might be having some other business responsibilities like calling customers, talking to them, meeting them, working on new marketing strategies. Does that make sense to you? So, and one more thing, very important thing, last minute client suggestions. Even after creating that checklist, deliverables list, everything, when you will present your project to your customer, he might be happy, he might not be happy. He will give you some last minute suggestions because see, they are not artists, they are not someone who can visualize what is going to happen with my product. They have few ideas. So generally what happens is when you go back to them with the first draft, then they start understanding what is going on. And then suddenly they become creative and they start giving you some suggestions and it goes on and on and on. So if you have deliverables, you can add that part in the, whenever you have new suggestions, add it in your deliverables list, send it to customer. And you can tell them that, okay, it's going to take more time. And at the same time, it's going to take more cost. So all these practical problems you are going to face when you are delivering this project and you are giving deadlines to your customers. All right, everything clear so far? So as I said, if you are selling website designing, 5-page website or 5 Zapdeals pages, 10 to 15 days. Big website, huge website, 30 days or so. That is approximate time frame I follow. Creating Zapdeal pages is not different. So if you are doing 20 Zapdeals pages or 15 Zapdeals pages, yes, 25 to 30 days. If they want everything at a time. If just 5, then yes, 10 to 15 days. That is the time frame. All right. So this is the entire process flow for me. This is what I follow when I deliver the project. All right. So this is how it looks. First is finalizing. First is collecting the information from the customer. Then deliverables, decide the deliverables and send it to customers for the approval. Get the approval, send it to your freelancer. Then then check the quality, whether it's according to your deliverables or not, whether it meets the quality of customer test or not, and then you will deliver the project. If he has few suggestions, again it will start with the same circle, like you have to collect new information, send out the deliverables, get the approval, send it to freelancer, check it with the quality standards you have, checklist you have, and deliver the project. So this is how entire process flow looks like for me at least. Is everything clear so far? Just put yes in chat box if everything is clear so far. If you understood everything, yes, no, whatever it is, just let me know. Have you got everything so far? Does that make sense to you? All right. Okay. Yes. All right. No problem. So now let's move on and talk about presenting yourself as a pro marketer, because I've shown you my website, sitestrokes.com, but you need good themes for two purposes. I mean, I would suggest you to do one thing. Either, I have already explained this in previous webinars, you can upsell two services with Zapdeals. One is mobile marketing, mobile website designing, and other is normal website, responsive website designing. Now for that, you don't need to be an expert of HTML, or you don't need to have proper knowledge of WordPress. Absolutely not required. Because when I started a few years ago, though I had engineering background, I had zero knowledge of WordPress development. I didn't know what the HTML is. I never tried coding any product because I never got a chance. But still, I could manage to launch and run my service business, and I'm still running it. I have small team now. I'm outsourcing still a lot of my stuff, but this is how it started. I started upselling other things like like website designing, and number two, mobile website designing, because it's really hot nowadays. All right, so how I get good high quality WordPress themes for myself and my customers. So there are two resources. One is Theme Forest, you must have heard about it, and one is Elegant Themes. So let's go to Theme Forest and I will show you what are the themes I like generally. This is Elegant Theme. This is Theme Forest, and in WordPress, in popular items, I like few themes like Avada. Definitely, this is number one theme on Envato now on Theme Forest, and you will find a lot of freelancers who has already worked on Avada theme. Then X theme I really like, Enfold I really like, and then I like Salient one, this one. These all themes are good, nice, and it covers almost everything you want. Everything you want. Alright, so these themes generally I prefer to build my website or for my customers' website. And this is Elegant Themes. I really like this model as well. This is quite inexpensive, but at the same time, they really have nice designs. So they have 87 themes at the moment, and you will see they have nice designs. Really nice designs. Okay. So these two resources I refer, but there are a few pros and cons of definitely every resource I use. So themeforest.net, I would say a few good things about it, like it has high quality designs. Your customers will be happy if you will get it done from your freelancers using some theme forest stuff. Yes. You have lots of options, thousands of themes available out there. And it's really good site for other business related resources. Like what I do generally, if for example, I'm giving away my Zapdeal service for free for one page, once that customer is happy, I try to not only sell Zapdeal service, but I try to upsell other services like logo designing, mobile website designing, and sometimes Android application designing. So for that, you always need good stuff. Creating good stuff right from the scratch, like logos and patterns, is really tedious job, and it takes time. Theme Forest is really good for that. You can see you will find a lot of relevant resources here on Theme Forest, like PSD templates. Then they have Code Canyon for codes, but that is fine. You will find this Graphic River and Photodune. You can see this. Nice designs, nice vector graphics that you can use as a base for your work. These are nice images and photographs. All right. So that is the reason I love this Theme Forest. No need to design everything right from scratch. Just use the same what you have purchased, just modify a little bit and you can use it, and guarantees that it will be of high quality. People will love it because it's really nice, high quality designs you will find on these websites. Now, there are few negative sides. If you want to consider it as negative, it's a bit expensive, like $60 per theme. Sometimes it's very expensive. You will have to purchase theme every time for your client. Like if you have purchased Avada for one client, you can't use it for another client. No, it's not possible. You have to purchase every time. Then each theme has its own framework, so might be difficult to adjust it with every time. So each theme has its own framework. Avada has its own, then other Salient has its own framework. So freelancer will take time. There will be learning curve for your freelancer, and it will take time for him to adapt himself with that framework, and he will take more time. So these are the cons. Elegant theme is really good. It's really cheap. You can use themes for multiple time and multiple projects if you purchase developer's license. Then framework is fixed. So once you understood it, it's very easy to execute, and it provides other very useful plugins like Page Builder. So it has plugins as well. So that is the reason I generally prefer elegant themes unless my client forces me to do so and use Theme Forest. For other resources, yes, there are a few other resources like Ink Themes and other websites. You can find out on Google, but these are pretty much most used resources, and rather I use it for more frequently. But you can find inexpensive resources. In fact, we also have our own store. Maybe some other time I will talk about that. Theme store. All right. Now, there are few negative sides to elegant themes, like framework is rigid for few developers. If they want to add something new, then it's tough. Flexibility is less, and most important thing is design quality is good, but it's not as high as Theme Forest. So choice is yours. I would say if you're starting out, then go with elegant themes because it's really cheap. Go with that, the basic plan, and you should be okay. All right. Now let's talk about the next thing, and that is searching for a right theme step by step. Everything clear so far? Just let me know if you understood everything, because first, those who are attending webinar first time, I would suggest that you just go through the other sessions, and if you want me to repeat those sessions, we can do that. But is everything clear so far? Are you getting everything? Jesse, Mike, Rina, Tim, Glenn, John. Just let me know if you have any questions, if you understood everything so far or not. Okay, yes, understood. Okay, all right. That's fine. Cool. So now let's talk about few other things, like how to search for right theme step by step. Now, why we are talking about this, those who are attending webinar for the first time, I would suggest just go back, attend my previous webinars. There I have shown how you can sell Zap deals, but just selling Zap deals is not enough. You have to get maximum out of your customer. So along with Zap deals, how you can upsell your other services like website designing and mobile website designing, and how you can execute those projects even if you do not know anything about HTML and WordPress, because when I started, even I didn't know all these things. And that is the reason now we are talking about themes, because the next upsell you would be doing is website designing service, because 90% of the websites are not mobile compatible, and how to find out those websites I have already covered in my previous webinar session. So just go through it again, and suddenly if you have any questions, let me know. You will start getting what exactly I'm talking today and why I'm focusing on this themes and other stuff, because this is going to be your biggest upsell. If you are getting a job for by offering Zap deals for free, or Zap deals plus website designing plus logo designing, that project could be more than $997 or even $1,497. All right, so now how you can search good themes, what are the elements of good theme. All right, so how you can search. Number one, study your client's requirement. It's really important to understand what your customer wants. So understand what is his taste, and that is the reason I have shown you the form I provide to my customers. Ask them as many questions as you can. Ask them their favorite website. Ask them their favorite color scheme. Ask them which kind of logos they loved. Ask them how they want to position themselves in the market. So study your client's requirement. That is step number one. Step number two is ask your customer his favorite site and color scheme, as I have shown you in the form I have added. So you understand what exactly he likes, light colors, dark, bright colors. Ask him which websites he likes so you can check out the fonts he is liking, he's loving, the images, kind of images he's looking for. All these things will help you to build your Zap deals pages, websites for customers, whatever you're getting as an order from him. All right, then go to Theme Forest or Elegant Bees and find out similar layouts. Mostly you will find your layouts would be same. In any good website, few elements will always be there. There will be front page. On that front page, you will find nice slider or video that talks about the services. Then there will be testimonials of the customers. Then there will be team section. Then there will be pricing section. And then there will be contact us form on the front end page. All right, let's check out an example. I will show you. I will just open this. All right. And check out live preview. Okay, so you can see you have nice either image or slider section here. Then it talks about the customers and other stuff. Then you have portfolio section. Then because this is product, it talks about the features, important features. And other features. How many satisfied customers? You will find testimonial section here. Support system and other thing. And other testimonials or team section. All right. So these will be elements you will find almost on every website. Now, apart from that, you will have portfolio page. You will have blog section. And you will have other pages like FAQ, thank you page, 404 page. These pages will always be there. Service page. These pages will always be there. All right. So you have to know all these things are mandatory for any kind of projects. So when you are purchasing theme, just consider all these points. All right. Check out the flexibility options like whether they have short codes or not, whether they have options panel to change the design or not. It's really simple to use any options panel. If you don't have options panel, then you have to have knowledge of CSS, which is not possible for everyone. So options panel is mandatory. It saves your time. It is very easy to manage. Short codes gives you more flexibility. And visit their live demo sample. That is step number 5. So that you can check out what is the quality and how it matches with your customer's requirement, how you can fulfill your customer's requirements with this. If you are on ThemeForest, one more thing you have to check before purchasing, what is the reputation and what kind of support that vendor is providing. That is the reason I generally pick top themes. You don't have to think much about support and reputation. They're really good. Because there is no refund on ThemeForest. And finally, ask your freelancer's feedback on theme before you purchase, because eventually he is going to work on it. So whether he's comfortable with that or not, that is very important. All right, so that is step number 7. Finally, pick up the theme that you liked, show it to your customer if he liked it, or if you don't want to show, leave it, just purchase it and proceed further. No matter which theme you purchase, if it is more flexible like Avara, like Salient, like other themes, top themes on ThemeForest, or any theme from Elegant Beads, then you should not be having any problem in executing the project. That is step number 8. All right. So these are the things. This is the flow, and this is how I pick the theme, how I collect the information, how I execute, how I decide the deadlines, and how I pick the themes for my projects. So if you have any questions, please do let me know. Feel free to ask me if you have any questions. I'm here to help you. Any questions so far? Just let me know if you have any questions. And I'm putting my chat box here. Add me on Skype. And let me know if you have any questions. All right, so it seems that you don't have any questions, so I'm good to wrap up the session. I'm recording this session so you can see this session in members area tomorrow. Our next session would be on Monday because it's Saturday, Sunday tomorrow. So I know every one of you would be busy with your families. So there won't be any session tomorrow and day after tomorrow. On Monday, we will be having session at the same time. All right. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, please do let me know. Thank you so much for being here today. Please go back if you get time on weekend. Please go back and check my previous sessions. If you have any questions, please do let me know on my Skype or on my support desk, which is engageleads.zendesk.com. I'm putting it here, and I would be happy to help you. All right, so thank you very much. Bye-bye and take care. Have a great weekend. See you soon.